Hey guys, Pitmaster here. Check out my shirt. Don't be jealous. You can buy one too. Anyway, okay. Two very important lessons learned from last night's UFC Hunt Against Mir. And I'm going to teach them to you to make you a better martial artist. Okay? These lessons can be used for any type of martial artist. One of them will be generic. The second one is mainly for a corner. And a lot of you guys out there have fighters, you're trainers, you want to be a trainer, or if you work a corner of a fight in some capacity. So that's one of my lessons. The second one is just basic martial arts strategy and knowledge, and you can use it to better yourself. Okay, lesson number one, and I've done this in different ways before, but it's the same idea. Do not punch up. Don't punch up. Okay? The Korean girl that started the main card last night, Ham, was fighting Beck Rollins. And she was punching up. Rollins was punching down. The best way I could say is, if you were on a roof throwing rocks down at someone and they were trying to throw rocks up at you, to me, that's about as effective as you are if you're shorter and you're punching up at a taller opponent. Okay, now, your opponent's taller, longer reach. Well, how else can you hit them but by punching up? Okay, that's a good question. You punch down. Well, how can you punch down if they're taller? Ask Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson punched everyone. Okay, the only up time he knocks someone punching up is when he threw an uppercut. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. Uppercuts are a very specific punch that works in a very limited amount of strategies or positions. You can't just go into a fight throwing uppercuts. Okay, they're not going to land, 90% of the time. The guy has to be bent over. It has to be in a clinch. There's very few times you can use an uppercut successfully or effectively. So, with that said, how do you punch down on a taller opponent? You throw looping, overhand punches. Okay? An overhand right. Ask Mark Hunt last night if that works. Okay? Or ask Fedor in about half of his fights, or Mike Tyson in about 75% of his fights, or Roy Nelson. The shorter fighter with the shorter arms does a lot better with overhand looping punches. People say they look sloppy, but they knock the fuck out of people. Ask Frank Mir, or ask anyone that's been knocked out by Roy Nelson, or taller guys. That's Stefan Struve. I mean, it was the overhand right that knocked his 7-foot ass out. Okay? So that overhand, it's coming down, and that's when the power comes. Just like when the taller fighter doesn't usually throw the overhands, they throw straight punches down. You're throwing an overhand and it's coming down. So, if she threw more of those, Ham, they were slugging, but she was punching up just like this, and the other one was punching down. Punching down straight is more effective. I think Ham could have made herself a little smaller and a smaller target and come in with winging punches. And you mix them up in combination, like you can jab, an overhand, a left hook, or whatever. But the looping punches for a shorter fighter work better. That's lesson number one. Okay, if you have any questions on that, comment, text, call me, or tweet me. Okay, second rule. This is the biggie, but it's only for guys that work a corner. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Hector Lombard Neil Magny fight. Worst reffing ever. I mean, ever in the whole world. It was the worst reffing ever. He got hit like 40 unanswered punches with his hands. Usually they were down. And the guy, Magny, just kept punching him. He was looking at the referee saying, please stop it. I don't want to kill this guy. But the referee was so fucking terrible, he let the fight go on. I don't know what he was thinking. Not only was he wasn't intelligently defending himself. Okay, even when you cover up like this and you're mounted, this isn't intelligently defending yourself. The referee's going to stop it. You see it all the time. Once the guy starts covering up like this, if he doesn't do anything else, the referee stops it. That wasn't even the case. Hector Lombard's arms were down. He was on the ground. He was just getting hit over and over and over and over again. It was criminal. It was the stupidest refereeing I've ever seen in my life. And I've been in this business since 1974. That was the worst. Okay. I'm not judging the corner. And a lot of times in the rules meeting, they tell the corner, do not throw in the towel or we'll fine you. Okay. I don't care how much they fine me. If my fighter is getting killed like that, I'm going to throw in the towel, and if the ref doesn't stop it, I'm climbing over the fence. You need to protect your fighter. Don't let any commission intimidate you and say, don't throw in the towel. If your fighter's getting hurt and you want to protect him, throw in the fucking towel. And if they want to fine you later, go to a hearing or something with the commission. Get a lawyer, do something, but it doesn't matter. Okay? It's better to be commissioned in a hearing by 12 than carried by 6. I mean, your fighter's going to die if he gets the shit beat out of him that bad. You need to stop the fight if he's getting hurt and the referee is completely clueless or inept. Okay? So please, cornermen, protect your fighter. That is your number one goal, your number one job, your number one responsibility.